Hi everyone, welcome back. You guys are awesome. I love you. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm sorry, because this is not one of my typical readings, okay? First of all, it is late as hell. Okay, I've been working on private readings. Somebody came over with a nice bottle of wine, so I'm not gonna lie. I've been having some for quite some time now while I've been doing readings, right? Why not? About to go to bed, and once again, I'm woken up by a vision, and I'm like, come on. It's so late. I want to sleep. But this time, I was triggered. Okay? And this message is both for divine masculine and divine feminine. A lot of divine feminines I notice in comments. First of all, thank you guys all so much for your comments and your energy. For those of you that are waiting for private readings, they're being sent, they're being uploaded. Be patient. People that are waiting for email responses, same thing. If you see me posting on YouTube, that doesn't mean that I'm just forgetting about you. It means that I follow my intuition. And if I have to take a pause from private readings because a message needs to come out right now, even if it's taking away from my own sleep, I gotta do it. This is my path. All right. So here I am, all peaceful. Okay? And I get a vision of a divine masculine. Okay? Literally 9 of Swords-ing it up. Okay? 9 of Swords. That anxious, upset, 5 of Cups, depressed. Like, I literally see somebody, like, literally almost crying. Hands to the face on the bed. However, this divine masculine just finished, okay, having a grand old time with friends, with people, with a karmic. Honestly, this divine masculine could even be married, but just sleeping in a different bed right now. Okay? Because they were alone in the bed. That's what I'm saying. And it's interesting that this vision came right now, because I also was noticing earlier today, and I'm like, oh shit, now I get it. A lot of divine feminines coming into their power, right? Realizing that this journey is about being in union with yourself. Some people posting and commenting, you're not supposed to wait for a man. No, and I never said that. Hell no. You don't wait for a man, a woman, for anybody. This isn't about anybody else. This is about you. Okay? I'm here to talk about karma. You have to understand karma. You have to love these karmics, because these karmics are the reason that divine masculine can grow and get their head out of their ass and learn their lessons. You divine feminines awakened first, so that therefore, although you have been once in this 9 of Swords energy, down, 5 of Cups, because of the ins and outs of your relationships and such, you're in a different place now, where you can go into them very quickly, come out. You're abundant as hell. Everything's being given to you. Okay? For those divine masculines that are still with karmics, for those divine masculines that left for another person, lying to themselves, trading a fucking Lamborghini for a Ford Focus, basically. Do you need to be worried? Do you need to be hurt? No, divine feminine's in a different place now. No, because we understand that karma will bite you in the ass. Okay? Because if you are truly a divine feminine, then has never been a time that you have done anything with ill intent towards divine masculine. Not the karmics, though. Because these karmics are all about themselves. Wanting to win. What can I get out of this? Some of these karmics don't know you from a hole in the wall. Some of these karmics know exactly who you are, and they see the potential that you have with divine masculine. So they don't even give a shit about divine masculine. Okay? They very simply want to feel like they can get whatever they want. So I was about to go to bed, and I saw a particular divine masculine after having a grand old time, either with friends or with a karmic in particular. They might have just even finished, like, literally being sexual with the karmic. And then they're thinking about a divine feminine. That's disgusting. Okay? We are not here to shame divine masculine, but they need to be aware. That's fucking disgusting. And you will live a disgusting life as long as you engage in disgusting behaviors. That's not shaming them. That's karma. Guess what, divine feminines? You, divine feminines that went through this, went through heartache, etc., because of what they put you through or whatever in your life, that was your karma. You already paid it. Maybe you hurt your first boyfriend. Maybe that kid in 3rd grade wanted to sit next to you in the cafeteria and you were like, I don't want to be your friend. Whatever the fucking case may be. It's karma. It will come back. So this is your divine masculine. And this is what they're doing. You can feel bad for them, because nobody wants to wish bad karma on anybody. But at the same time, you can't absorb it as if it's your shit. Okay? This is their lessons. What did they think? That they can do X, Y, and Z and it was going to go unpaid? No, that's not how it works. You have to really feel bad. Like, where are you on your path that you have become so lost that you traded a freaking Lamborghini for a Ford Focus? Okay? Not living your truth, hurting yourself, hurting someone else, and thinking you could just walk away like it's all good, right? Because some of them are not in contact, etc., etc. Some of them are going through that right now. Some of them have already gone through this separation or this realization and are in this 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups down energy right now. However, what are they doing about it? A lot of you have been receiving communication. Those are the divine masculines that, congratulations, are pushing through. My last reading, those were them. Okay? But even with those divine masculines, even after all of this, a lot of them have communicated with you and they're still not doing what they need to do. It's like, what the hell are you fucking doing? Okay? Divine feminine, I'm just here to let you know. Because when I saw this vision, instead of feeling bad or sorry or wanting to help this person, I didn't have that desire at all. Because I'm divine, right? The divine does not interfere with karma. Karma is always for your best interest in the end. You're sad, you're upset, you can't live with that, you did X, Y, and Z. Well, they need to go through that. They don't need to cry out to anybody. Good for you. Okay? And for those divine masculines that still are in la la land with these fake ass relationships and people in their lives for show, when they know the truth, that's very sad. That means that they're nowhere near where they need to be. And divine feminines, you do not need to feel bad about not having contact when it comes to these situations, because you don't want this person in your life when they're in that vibration anyway, even if you do believe you're going to end up in union. Do you want someone in your life that's just going to up and leave whenever they want because they're that insecure about themselves? And no, thank you. Okay? But some of them are very lost. But this time, the divine has had it. I had a divine masculine. Again, it was like, what do you want to call it? Astral traveling. Come to me, asking for help. And instead of being helpful, this time I was like, back the fuck off. Not in a malicious way, but because these divine masculines have to learn that there are consequences to their actions. And they are not to hurt divine feminine and come back to divine feminine every single time that they want to feel better about their bullshit. Okay? Because ultimately it's the same thing. When they go to karmics, it's because they want to feel better about divine feminine and being unable to love. And then when the karmic does their karmic bullshit because they're fake ass people, they run to divine feminine because they want to feel loved and the karmic's not giving them love. Then they get love from divine feminine, they go back to the karmic because they don't want to feel love. It's like, do you love yourself? So I saw this person very anxious, and I did not wish them to be anxious, or upset. And I feel like this person that I channeled signifies a lot of divine masculines in this collective right now. They might reach out to you. Listen. Divine feminine, you are the empress. Don't go into the Queen of Swords energy. Don't bite their head off. Always accept them with loving arms. This is not about conflict. This is not about anger. This is none of that. Because you guys are in your power, so you already know that none of that shit serves you. That's why you are now not down here looking at divine masculine and the karmic. Now you're up here looking down at them, feeling bad for them, feeling bad for the fact that these karmics really are that obsessed with you that they feel like they need to actually kind of like ruin divine masculine's life just to prove a point. For some of them. Or some of them are so insecure that they have to basically ruin divine masculine's life just to get what they want. Feel bad for them. See, divine masculine, okay, because of their own ego, a lot of them, ultimately it's because of the Four of Cups being unable to love because they can't love themselves. Actually misinterpreted divine feminine's love as divine feminine putting them on a pedestal. No. It wasn't you guys putting them on a pedestal. It was you guys actually showing what love is. Actual caring. But now you guys have become the empress. You're in your power. You can put anyone on a fucking pedestal. You never even put them on a pedestal in the first place. You just loved. And now that you see, you love yourself so much, you see the amount of lack of self-love that these masculines have, that they can be in a relationship with these frozen dinner bitches. Okay? With these dramatic karmics wanting to act like Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm sorry. I told you this is not going to be the reader that you're used to. Okay? He or she, that's not on your vibration. So now if they are still acting like they love this karmic, you are now the empress and can see from afar and say, wow, they're perfect for each other right now. That's beautiful. I'm so happy. You don't need to feel down. You don't need to be upset. You don't need to be anything. You need to be happy. You want to go date, do whatever. For those of you that think if you're waiting around, you're not going towards union. You're being controlled. No. When the divine masculine, if he's truly your divine masculine, if you're truly in a twin flame relationship, is ready for union, nothing will stop them. They will love themselves enough to be men or women enough to do whatever the fuck it takes to come to you and not let you go. Climb a mountain, they can become Usain Bolt all of a sudden, fastest runner ever. Phelps, swimming across freaking rivers, doesn't matter. You don't need to be putting your focus on these karmic situations, or if they're with someone else or whatever. You know why? Because when you do that, remember, your thoughts create your reality. You are giving these karmics power. And if you are truly in a twin flame relationship, you know what you're doing then? You're taking power away from the divine masculine and allowing him to be controlled by these manipulative Captain Save-A-Ho obsessed bitches. Sorry. So I told, in my vision, this person, I will help you because I'm a being of light. But even God, source, it's written that when you die, just judgment day, revealing all the bad shit that you did, karma and such. Are you going to stay in the darkness or are you going to go towards the light? Depends. Divine Masculine has that choice too. You can have unconditional love for them too. But it's not your job to make choices for them. But you could stand back there in the light and just view them the same way the divine would. Viewing their choices. Are you going to go towards the dark or the light? It's your choice. You are the light. Let them learn their lessons. So those of you, if I say union is coming for you, union is coming for you if it's been resonating with you. But it's not going to come for you if you're putting them on a pedestal or you're waiting around. Even if you're waiting around for an apology, that's also negative energy. None of that. They're happy being manipulated in a fake relationship. It's all about going out for drinks and arguing about bullshit and whatever, and because they don't want anything that's actually real. You have to be happy that they found someone that's vibrating at the same vibration as them at the moment. If they can resonate with these people that are such low vibration so well that they can push you away from their lives and be with these low vibrational people, then they are not at your level. So you don't want them around you. You need to be vibrationally high enough to understand that, wish them well, be disgusted by their choices, whatever, because it's like, I'm sorry about that. You know? But if you feel inside, honestly, that you have this kind of connection to this person, then by you being in that power of what I just said and being in your high vibration where you know nothing's going to stop you from getting the job you want, working towards your goals, being an entrepreneur, applying for that job, cutting your hair extra short, getting those extensions you want, going to the gym and like getting like awesome, all right? Dating, going on that date, even if you think it's just a fucking meal, inviting that person over for some wine or whatever, because why not? You need to be in the energy where you know you can do all of that, because all of that is going to keep you at a high vibration. You know why? Because you know who you are. And you have boundaries. And you're not living a fake life. By you doing that and being in your power, you're actually, if you are truly one soul, lighting the fire under their ass to be in their power too. That's how it works. You're not hurting them by doing that. You're helping them. So when I saw this person so devastated, it made me sad. Yeah, it did. Made me a little teary. But I also said, but this was your creation. And there is nothing on this planet that you can't change. If you want to do something, you do it. I wanted to open this channel, I opened it. I wanted to change my career, I changed it. If I knew that the person that I love, seriously, is about to move to freaking Australia, and I live in 1980 where we don't have cell phones, my ass is gonna go to the fucking airport and like be right there to say what I have to say. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because I'm vibrationally high enough to know that what matters is me, and my ego's not gonna get in the way of what's important to me. And by you being in that vibration, the universe is gonna give that back to you. And if it's in the form of divine masculine, then eventually you'll be in the form of divine masculine. If divine masculine wants to be Captain Save-A-Ho with these ego-driven people, then they need to learn their lessons. But for this person, I almost felt sick. I'm like, how could you feel bad and sorry when your ass is having a great time? It doesn't work like that. It's like literally you're living your life drunk. A lot of them are in karmic situations and they really want to get out of it, but they don't even know how. They don't even know how to come forward to you. They don't know what to say. They're embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for them. Shit. I get it. But again, when you are at a high enough vibration to know what you want, when you're at a high enough vibration, the only thing that matters is love. And all that embarrassment shit is ego doesn't fucking matter. You know that you deserve the Lamborghini, not the Ford Taurus. 2019 Ford Taurus, so it's not that bad on the outside, okay? And the inside, it still runs great. It's brand new, but it's not a Lamborghini. But you shouldn't be upset that they don't know how to get out of their karmic situations and don't know how to approach you. You should feel bad that they don't feel worthy enough to live their truth. They don't feel confident enough to go after what they want. They don't feel secure enough to let go of embarrassment and just do what they feel and get what they want and be with who they want to be, because they can't even do that for themselves. But I don't want you guys, divine feminines, to lose hope because of that, because I said this in my last reading, this is just a totally different energy. They're getting dizzy now. Because you've been going around the karmic, the wheel of fortune, around and around and around and around and around. After a fucking while, that shit gets, you're dizzy. Now it's going faster. Because now they're giving the karmic power instead of the actual powerful person that actually wants to love them and care for them truly, which is the divine feminine. So now the karmic spins the wheel faster and faster and faster and faster, and they want to throw up. Well, throw up. Because you gave them the power to turn your wheel. And it's going to continue to go round and round and round and round until they learn to be in their power and get what they want. And it's unfortunate that some divine masculines actually end up losing divine feminine forever in this lifetime. Not energetically, because you will always be connected. Because they never learn to grow. So yeah, I actually got sad when I saw this divine masculine. That woke me up. But the divine said, stop. Let them learn their lesson. They have a choice to get up from that bed the same way divine feminine did. And if they want something, they can get up and get it. No matter what it takes. Otherwise, divine feminine, do what you gotta do. For all of you that have commented about waiting, this is not about waiting. This is about you being in the power that I just described. And what I'm saying does not come from a malicious place. You love them however much you want to love them. You just have to understand that they are responsible for their lessons and their choices. And there's nothing on this earth that you can't fix. Especially if it's something you created. That's surrendering to the divine. Not thinking twice about accepting that date offer. Because if you believe that you're going to be in union, then you will be. See, it's just look at that. Can't make it up. Look at that. Can't make it up. Oh my God. I'm gonna do this quick, guys. Oh my God. I just flipped out here. Oh, come on. That was like the whole deck. No. Give me a second. The freaking 10 of Swords. Look at all these swords. Look at this. Look at this. Can you make it up? Look at all these heavy cards. That's how you know it's not just me ranting. This shit happened. And I don't feel bad. Especially for the divine masculine that I just channeled. Because this divine masculine that I specifically just channeled, like literally just finished making out with someone. Like, you feel bad? You're disgusting. And I don't care using the word disgusting. It doesn't mean that I'm putting you down. It means your behavior is disgusting. You are not acting out of love. And I think the devil energy is disgusting. There's nothing. If you use the word, if I said devil energy, everyone, and I said disgusting, I would be like, oh yeah, that's disgusting. It's the same shit. I don't feel bad about you being in devil energy. This is what they want on the inside. This is what they're thinking about. Look at them. Look at them. Dreaming, like I just said, literally in a dream state with all of these demons that I just talked about, hanging out there, dreaming about what? Marriage and union with divine feminine. So you're gonna tell me that you're dreaming about this, but your ass is being Captain Save-A-Ho for this person while divine feminine in her wedding dress is on the floor holding her wrist because she feels like she's bleeding out? That's disgusting. That's the truth. That is the 7 of Cups. What is the 7 of Cups? Illusion, confusion, trickery, tricking your own damn self. Death. Death, ending. Ending it with divine feminine for this person. But inside, you feel stuck and you're thinking about this. So you didn't actually end it with divine feminine. You ended it with yourself. You created an illusion. And now this relationship that you're dreaming about with these demons attached to it will continue to be, and forever will be if it's a soul connection in your mind. Anything that's attached to demonic energy and negative and lack of truth and integrity will haunt you until you get rid of it. And you will pay. Divine masculine, it's not time. It's not time anymore to blame divine feminine for your shitty behavior. If you want this, then stop living in a freaking dream. But it is changing because we started with the 10. The Ten of Swords is divine masculine, pinned down, unable to move. Like they're like crawling. They want to get out. But it's the card before the new beginning. Remember that. There's a rainbow here. So that's actually a really good sign. Because they're finally going within to realize and at least be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm disgusting. When you can do that, that's when things change. That's when you drop your ego and you're actually living in love. When you know that you are living what you're dreaming and you can look in the mirror and say, I'm disgusting. When you do that, you're not in an illusion anymore. You're living your truth. And then you get abundance. And you'll see that. Guarantee abundance will show up. Of course it did, because I just split it. And now we have the Lovers card. And now we have the King of freaking Pentacles. Solid as fuck. Look, solid as fuck. I just called it. The moment you do that, that's when you get the Lovers card and the karmic situations. This person that they're with is always there lurking, acting like damsel in distress, making them feel like if they leave, they're doing this and this and that. If they know about you, making them feel like guilty and stuff, but really it's all like a plan of destruction. When they do what I just said, they don't give a fuck that this person is lurking. Why? Because they're with their divine feminine. Now they're the Lovers. Now they're in love. King of Pentacles. Pentacles is stability. Look at him sitting with his legs wide open on his throne. Like, I do what I want. I live in my power. I know my truth. Look at the sword right there. The truth is stuck in the ground. There's a treasure chest. Shit is mine. The offer. Accepting the offer of the divine of stability. Abundance. There it is. So you have the nerve to come to me telepathically, divine masculine, because you're pinned down in bed with these demons crawling. Those demons have nothing to do with divine feminine. These demons have nothing to do with me. I am not in that energy. I was like, back up. You figure it out on your own. You learn how to end this on your own. You ended it with this person. You made this person feel like this. Then you learn how to end whatever it is that made you do that. Bring you to this illusion. You figure it out. This is what you're capable of. Happiness, Lovers card, stability. Again, this is the Lamborghini. Watch, guarantee you. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to pull one card for this situation. With this Ford Taurus. No offense to those that drive that car. I'm just saying it was just an analogy. Obviously, there's a very big difference between a Ford Taurus and a Lamborghini. Although, I'm saying some of these cars are not high-end cars, but the way they look when they're 2019 these days, they look really nice and shiny. I'm not going to lie. They look really good on the outside. You understand? Like, you ever see Kias? Sometimes I like drive around and I don't notice that it's like what make and car it is. And I'm like, wow, that car looks really beautiful. And it's like a Kia. And like, honestly, if it wasn't for the brand, I think it's like, looks nicer than the BMW. That's what these karmics do. It's all fake. You look shiny, yeah, but you're a piece of shit. Watch, hold on. Of course, I said watch, watch, watch. I'm gonna pull another one. Five of freaking Swords. It's not funny, but it's like, I'm sick of it. I'm not sick of it. It's not funny, but it's like divine freaking masculine. Divine feminine has done so much work. Do your own fucking work. Don't come to me. Oh my God, I just split the deck. Don't come to me because of your Three of Swords heartbreak. Because you stuck a dagger in divine feminine's heart. And you're desperate. No. That's not what the divine put me here to do. The divine put me here to empower people to be their best selves. Whether it's by triggering people, fighting with them, anything. That's the intent. Your intent right now, was to get a quick release and fix of feeling hopeless and regret. Not actually genuinely having the strength to change anything. Ultimately, still giving power to the karmic situation that actually has power over you. This is what you're supposed to have. You're dreaming about it? That's nice. You're gonna come see me when I'm sleeping? And when I'm channeling this, if they woke me up, this might have not been anyone related to me, honestly, because this is what I do on YouTube. So I'm channeling all of them. You have to understand sometimes why it's so hard to do private readings with all this energy that I absorb. So if they woke me up, it's because enough of them are here. And it's just like, you know what? Sometimes they feel like they can do it. Come forward. Sometimes they can't. Writing messages, trying to get out. Writing messages to end it with the karmic, and they can't do it. That's your problem. You figure out what you want to make the illusion. You're living in an illusion right now with these racing thoughts. What's the illusion here? This karmic psycho that's looking really nice. Look at her. She looks like a housewife. I'm gonna dust your house and be home, and I go to church and I'm great and I'm beautiful and I do my makeup and I look nice and I'll get on my knees and take off your pants and whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But she has a knife right there. And there you are, Divine Feminine, in your damn wedding dress. And she's like, this is what that's about. I'm gonna get her. Believe it, even if they don't know you. This is an energetic connection. They don't need to know you to know you. Your bond energetically is so strong that whoever these karmics are can smell it. Sniff, sniff. Someone's lingering in his energy. So I'm ready to do whatever the fuck it takes. I'll wear a better push-up bra. Do whatever. It's really honestly pathetic. Next to, look at the other cards, the Hierophant and the Three of Swords. The illustrations are crazy to me right now because we have this karmic with a knife, looking all nice. Dinner is served. How would you like your steak? Divine Feminine with her back over there. Come over here. Let me cut it for you. Smiling. When really she wants to fucking stab her. Swear to God. Divine Masculine, just like I channeled, in his goddamn bed. This is the Hierophant, spiritually awakening. The priest is there. Look at his hands. He's resisting. The illustration is everything. The Divine's not having your bullshit anymore. Your life is miserable. Divine Masculines that are in this, your life is fucking miserable. It's going to continue to get worse because of how you're living. Don't look at this card. You can't make it up. You continue to choose these people because you can't love yourself. Well, the Divine's here now to say, you know what? Exorcism. Purge. And when this is happening, when they're in their sleep and they're waking up, and look at that, the demons are crawling in. That's when they want to reach out to Divine Feminines like me, because I'm a psychic, so they can come to me telepathically and be like, help, help. No, you weren't crying help, help when you were fucking taking her bra off. You understand? That doesn't have to be the same for everyone, but you understand the message that I'm giving off. You deal with it the same way Divine Feminine did. You chose this shiny knife. And you chose to stab Divine Feminine in the heart. Look at him, in a cloak, hiding. And then not even being man or woman enough to show your fucking face and say, it was me. I'm doing it. It looks like someone that comes and does it and it like runs really fast. Oh, that's nice. You know what? You did that. And while you did that to Divine Feminine, who was all there all sweet, really just trying to be kind to you, this person that you thought was all nice and dainty and wonderful, actually has this knife set out for you. That's why no matter what you do, no matter how much fun you had tonight or last night or whenever with this person, how many great memories you have with this person, your ass is in bed at the end of the night, and the priest comes down to say, you're fucking up. You're gonna throw your life away? Then you're gonna live a wasteful fucking life. Sorry, this is very charged. I'm not gonna say it's, well, maybe it was the wine a little bit, not really, because I was ready to sleep. I was all peaceful. But this, it's like the divine, because I channeled the divine. Literally, the divine gets mad too. The divine is like, motherfucker, I have the fucking 10 of cups for you. Literally. Ring around the rosy. Happiness, love, marriage, partnership, and businesses, money, literally everything. Looking good too. Hot ass sex, like actual intimacy, not bullshit intimacy, not like I'm just gonna stroll you around because you look good. We're gonna talk about really on the surface things, and then you're gonna take off my pants. I'm gonna get a little bit relief, and then I'm gonna end up going back over here to cry my eyes out because I'm actually heartbroken about the fact that I'm being a backstabber. Yeah, no. Like the divine's like, excuse me, this is what I actually have for you. I actually have you being the king of pentacles. Pentacles, money. Like the man that you always think that you can't be, but it's really because you are really trying not to release your karma. This is the hand of the divine. Literally, they're like, I'm fucking giving it to you. Okay? But your ass still decides to do this? That's why I'm in this energy. Because I channeled the divine. And the divine is not all freaking butterflies. There's no such thing as light if there's no dark. Karma exists for a reason. Karma is not pleasant. So if you're a reader and it's just all butterflies and rainbows, then you're not completely divine because you're missing a big aspect of it. The divine has had it. It's like, no, I already showed you 500 times that you can have this, that you can have real love, that you can have stability, finance, you can have the job you want, money, everything. I've literally in my hand put it in your face, the star, the divine. But you want to do this. You rather cover your face, lie, not be truthful about all the backstabbing that your ass is doing, not have the decency to show your face and literally stab the heart of a divine feminine. And for what? Just because you can't face the priest. Guess what? This person, this karmic still has their knife in their hand, and this priest is still coming. So now you're in some shit, and now you want to run to me telepathically, divine masculines, asking like SOS, save our ship. Get the fuck out of here. Divine feminine went through a very long periods of time bleeding out, watching you, acting like you get, look at him, like, are you okay? But this bitch is not even looking at her. Like, who does that? What kind of person looks at someone literally bleeding to death on the floor and like looks away with a smile? Like, who the fuck does that shit? Who does that? You know who does that? Her. Are you okay? Let me show you that you care, but you're still there. Divine feminine on her own had to be in this position on bed, going within to heal, become who she is. Divine feminine had to already go through the racing thoughts to be stable and look, find the dawn of day. Divine feminine already went through the 10 of swords, being pinned down. She bled out. And divine feminine had the strength to end this and actually accept divine abundance and go towards the rainbow, with or without this person. So you have some nerve after divine feminine did all that work, and on top of doing that work, try to help you. to come to Divine Feminine telepathically, because you can't on your own in the physical asking for help. No, you have to go through the same process. And it is very freaking clear. Death, 10 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 4 of Swords, Demons. Look at this. This is the relationship you want? Which one? You pick. It's no coincidence. Because you know this is not just me, because the cards are coming out exactly as I'm fucking channeling it, which is remarkable. Because you could very easily say, oh, she's just going on around. No. This happened. All right, so this is what's going on right now. This is why I was contacted, because Divine Masculine's pinned down. So now when you're at the 10, that's the final step. You have a choice. Now, you can, Swords are clarity, communication. Communicate in the 3D and go after what you want. Actually speak your truth and stop being a lying ass and go towards the rainbow. Even if it's not seeking a relationship, it's actually, it starts with being an honest person. Or you can avoid the rainbow and stay pinned down and go down to the darkness. And what's the darkness? Let me hide the rainbow now. What's the dark side? This. Oh, that's nice. It's a really nice pink dress. Oh, that's nice. But it's not a wedding dress. It's not a fucking wedding dress. It's not a wedding dress. It's a nice pink dress though. All right. Nice. That's nice little bracelets there. I know you're not bleeding. But Divine Masculine is worried about this person and you're not. So that says a lot about your character. So this isn't going to work out regardless because of who you are and who you are. It doesn't match. But these Divine Masculines that I just connected to really need to stop seeking the easy way out. The Divine literally just set me here to say, you could only deal with these demons on your own. You know what to do. You hurt someone, that doesn't mean you have to be in pain, suffering, but it means that you are going to suffer, but you need to make it right on your own. Not just for yourself, selfishly, not seeking help from other people, especially not making yourself bleed more when you are this caring person living your life with someone that carries around a freaking knife. What kind of a person sees someone bleeds out and just is like, doesn't care? A karmic. Remember, it's your free will. I always say that you don't have to end up in union. They can choose to be married to this person, but it will always be that dynamic. Divine Masculine being the only person with feelings, and this person just being there for control, like a little trophy. And they will always remember this person on the floor. Always. If that's what they want, just because she has some cute bracelets on, shit, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swords for the price of one. Go ahead. Go ahead. And you could let her sleep with that fucking sword. And you could take the other 4 swords and you can cuddle with them every single night. It's not funny. Nobody wishes Divine Masculine bad. But what they don't understand is that I'm a medium right now. So I'm channeling from the Divine. And the Divine's pissed. Because it's very easy to run away. But believe it or not, even though it seems difficult, it's even easier to be an honest person and accept divine guidance and do the right thing. A lot of them feel rejection. They're going to be rejected from Divine Feminine because of whatever the cases may be. if they trusted themselves, if they loved themselves enough, if they were in the vibration that would actually allow you guys to actually be in a good relationship, even if it's just friendship in the first place, because that's where it starts. If they were in that right vibration, they wouldn't care what they had to lose. They would care about living their truth. They wouldn't just choose to be with someone just for the hell of it. Literally. Love, stability, abundance, financial abundance. The divine's like, here. But your ass wants to fucking like, seriously? Yeah, I literally was just awoken from that. I just like great sleeping now. I'm gonna pull one more. I already know what it's gonna be. Exactly. Freaking Eight of Cups. Walking away. If you're choosing to walk away from your truth, then you are allowing Divine Feminine in her wedding dress to walk away from your truth. And you know what happens if you don't come forward? I'll show you. What's going to happen for Divine Feminine if you don't fix this? Whoever it is that just came to me. I feel like it's a lot of them in the collective. What's going to happen for Divine Feminine? Eventually. Being the Empress and doing her work. Oh. Nothing serious. She's just the Queen of Cups. The Queen of ultimate love. Purity in water. Loving unconditionally no matter what, because that's who she is. She has always been real to herself no matter what. She's always had good intentions, so she will always be that person. And as long as you're that person, you attract. Look, I just split the deck for no reason. What do you attract? Just split for no reason. What do you attract? The Ten of Pentacles, an abundant union, and the Wheel of Fortune. Karmic lessons already done. Cycles ended. Destiny. That's what. Okay. And what happens if Divine Masculine continues to seek Divine Feminine energetically instead of actually just fixing their problems and living their truth? What do they end up with? The freaking devil. Just fell out. Ah. That wants to be alone. You know what Divine Masculine ends up with? This Ace of Cups, this emotional pouring out of emotion that goes for the Queen of Cups, because the Ace of Cups goes with the Queen and King of Cups, but the King of Cups is not here. And we already know the Queen of Cups gets her destiny and her ultimate abundance no matter what from the divine, because that's what's meant for her. Okay? But Divine Masculine, if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, always lives. It's interesting, the depiction, the illustration. This is the only card that I've ever seen that has a moon for the Ace of Cups. The moon is deception when it's alone. Next to the Tower, crash, burn, like life events that like rock your world, nothing going right, destruction. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be living an illusion for your whole life, thinking about the love that you were supposed to have, but instead you're constantly gonna be in chaos. And what does Divine want to say to this Divine Masculine? What is he supposed to be doing right now instead of waking people up telepathically? Oh, yeah. Oh, nothing serious. Just, I don't know. Magician. Page of Wands. I don't know. Just like, actually manifesting your own destiny and actually creating something for yourself. Actually going after your passion. Actually realizing that you have this energy in your hand. You can do whatever you want with it. Actually taking control of your own fucking life. What else? What else? Final message. I need to go to bed. I feel like birds are chirping at this point. I feel like there's some backwards, not supposed to be. This is what you want this time. Final message. Wow. The single abundant woman and heartbreak. Regardless, because Divine Feminine's in her power, she's still going to be single and abundant despite the heartbreak. But you, Divine Masculine, I just split the deck, are going to live imbalanced, forgiving people crumbs. And this has nothing to do. This is about you actually stop crying in the middle of the night and do what you got to do. Look at this, the High Priestess. The High Priestess, psychic, telepathic communication. Okay? That's Divine Feminine, energetically, psychic. Initials BTJ, significant. Okay? Look at that. Can you make it up? Stop talking about heartbreak telepathically, energetically. Divine Feminines, you can freaking feel it. Continuing the imbalance. You don't want a part of it. You are abundant on your own. Judgment is going to happen no matter what. Okay? Does that mean you're not going to forgive them? No. It means that they have the choice to get their abundance if they actually learn to do the right thing and joining Divine Feminine side spiritually by being the Hierophant to the High Priestess. That's the ultimate marriage spiritually. And then, I say and then confidently. And then you're able to live the sun of divine life, actual abundance, bliss, clarity. Hold on. Ace of Swords, actually live your freaking truth. Wait, it gets better. And then Divine Masculine, then you could be the King of Cups that belongs to the Queen of Cups, even though she's been the Queen of Cups for God knows how long. The ultimate cups are love, loving, truth, divine fucking pair. If this wasn't a message for somebody, I don't know what is. And you know what? That was very clear that I wasn't triggered for no reason. I mean, it cost me my sleep, but I'm sick of being woken up by these Divine Masculines that want to, oh my God, look, that want to continue to live their fucking life, Seven of Swords, in this running away from the truth, deceptive ass energies, keeping themselves stuck, and then trying to send that energy shit in the energy fields of Divine Feminine, and while being with these evil ass karmics. And or remember, karmics don't have to be people. This particular Divine Masculine, I'm sensing, honestly, like just recently was like with another person and then had the nerve to go in and try to wake Divine Feminine up. So the Divine saying this shit needs to end right now. If this is, if you want justice, I'm done. If you want justice in your life and balance, and you want this 10 of Cups, oh my fucking God, you can't make it up. And you want the 10 of Cups that we got right here that we've been talking about. By the way, justice is also a legal thing, so this is marriage. That's what you want. Then you need to end this deceptive bullshit. Not in the 5D energetically, like actually as the King of Cups and Queen of Cups, that actually physically in person pours out their goddamn emotions. And of course, when I do this, the card that ends up here is like, oh yeah, just to make it clear, guys, I'm the sun. This was a divine message brought to you by the universe. Oh my God, how am I gonna have energy tomorrow? Oh my God, I had to. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what they were fucking doing tonight. This is what they were fucking doing tonight. Look at that. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is burden. Having sex with someone in the bushes and shit. Burdened. Great, it feels good, but you can't even open your legs, so your fucking underwear is like between your knees and shit. She's a little bit too heavy for you to carry. Hey, but at least you look strong. Are you trying to live it like, this is what you're trying to live? Sex in the bushes and shit? This is what you want? And I'm calling it because this is exactly what I channeled. And I'm very clearly in your face saying, this is what they were doing tonight. Boom. I'll show you what else they were doing tonight. Whoever I channeled. Five of Pentacles. Look at the difference. Having sex in fucking bushes with some sleazy bitch with like rips in her clothes and stuff. Like really, like it's just sex. Like, wow. Burdened. Faking it. Interestingly enough, look, all these cards look different. All these cards look different, look. But in this card in particular, his face and his face, it's the same person, same expression. But here you're faking it and you're burdened. But here you're actually holding someone. There's a violin. You're not in the bushes. You're in flowers and you're in love. So this is what happened tonight. This is what they were doing, but they were thinking about this. Well, then you fix it on your own and you do your work. Divine Feminines, you are not responsible to be waiting around. Because I just split this right here and look who's here. Oh, the Empress. Yes, that's who you are. You are the Empress. And if Divine Masculine's not going to be the Emperor, then he cannot be your match. Abundant as hell. You are the Empress. You don't do in the bushes shit. You don't do wake me up in the middle of the night shit. You do this. You wait in these cleansing pure waters with your pure cleansed self and see someone come on their horse and say, oh, are you coming for me? Is it me that you're coming for? Is it me? That's who you are. Not this. And Divine Masculines. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. You need to fucking cut it out with this harp. Acting like you're all beautiful melodies when you have this witch in the background. This person is naked, this karmic in front of you, but look at his face. Is that how you look at someone when you're sexually attracted? Oh, honey. The Divine already told, they know their truth. But the Divine does not like it when people try to find the easy way out and then try to find divine guidance when they're really, really worshiping the devil. I'll tell you, when you want something, you get it. You know what love is? I love my daughter. If my daughter is lost, you know I'm going to get in a car and I'm going to fucking find her. What, so your love for your child's supposed to be different for like loving somebody else? Obviously, I'm not saying this is not a fairy tale. Like, a lot of you, there's been a lot of shit. You have to develop a friendship and stuff first. But that's not the point. When you're hiding from something that you feel deeply enough to put me in a situation, Divine Masculines, because this is the whole collective, to wake me up, to get the Divine this pissed and make this clear of a message, then you care enough where you should not be avoiding the truth and being, boom, two-faced. Who are you? Who are you? Do you know? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Look at this. The freaking Seven of Swords again, deception. Do you know who you are? And this is where I'm going to end with. You know why? Because in this deck, the Seven of Swords is deception, is a female. And she's not wearing a wedding dress in this card. Only the Divine Feminine wears a wedding dress in this deck. You know what that means? keep living this life, and this karmic, all these karmics, Captain Sabo, is gonna backstab you also, if they haven't already. Because you're living double lives. All right. Holy shit, guys. I had to get that out because literally they woke me up. How am I going to sleep? I don't know. But shit. And you know what? Karmic situations don't have to be people. I mean, whoever I'm channeling in particular was a particular person, but it could just be fear. It could be anything. Same thing. Two-faced. It's going to bite you in the ass. Do your work. Do your work. Like, seriously, I don't get it. Some divine masculines I've been seeing in the comments have actually done it and have been reaching out. Like, good. Some of them have been reaching out, but they're still on some bullshit. Okay? The point here is divine feminine, stay in your power. They don't do what they gotta do. You do what you gotta do and go find somebody. You know, if you're supposed to end up together, look at this. Confirming twin flame. This is about a twin flame relationship, 100%. 11-11 union. This is ultimate marriage. If you're supposed to marry this person, look what just flew out. If you're supposed to marry this person, you're supposed to be with this person, you could only be with this person when this person learns to be stable and abundant on their goddamn own, in their own lives. Okay? And have the confidence, look at this, the next two cards, to come forward quickly with their truth and offer their truth and speak their truth to you without worrying about whether or not you're going to reject them or whatever, just because they have integrity. Can't make it up. Wow. With this, I'm done. This was all just back to back. Meanwhile, this is exactly what happened tonight. Divine masculine. This is the recap. You can't make it up. Because it sounds like I'm just going on a rant. And holy shit, this was a lot longer than I ended up anticipating as usual. But the divine is really going out of the way to show you that this is not me going on a rant because I had wine. Like, this is legit. Like, this happened. And I know some divine masculines watch this channel. I've been seeing guys post stuff. Guarantee you there's some divine masculines out here watching right now that were doing this. That did wake me up. That were part of the energetic collective that woke me up. But this was a particular person, okay? So this person, 9 of Swords, anxiety, waking up in the middle of the night. Because they realized the stability that they had with the Queen of Cups of all people again. The nurturing, loving. Not saying there's no conflict, but ultimately for your better self, because they wanted you to be stable. Not carry me, pleasure me. I don't care if your freaking hamstrings and quads all get all fucked up and you can't go to the gym tomorrow. I want you to see how sexy I can be. Fuck you. All right? Having the nerve to wake up, thinking about the stability that you could have had with this person, but instead chose moon deceptive energy and walked away. But ultimately what you did, Emperor, was that you deceived your damn self. You're not the Emperor to the Empress. You know what you are? You're a fake Emperor. You allowed, look at this is the Emperor. This is who you're supposed to be because of divine feminine is the Empress. The 5 of Swords is the same one with the woman with the knife. You did it to yourself. Who did it? Look at it. That karmic, the same card with the knife, is just the devil in disguise. It's the 5 of Swords. I have a nervous laugh because it's ridiculous. It's just, I feel like I have to find it because it's like so ridiculous. It's the devil in disguise. Look at it. 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords. So she looks all nice and stuff. But it's really just this guy. Keeping you bound. From being the Emperor that you're supposed to be. Keeping you deceptive. Constantly walking away from stability. Oh, so now you're sad? Divine Feminine cares. Oh my God, look. Wow. Divine Feminine cares. This is just the law of life. It's not even about how Divine Feminine feels. It's about this. You do the right thing, you'll get the right thing given back to you. Okay? You choose your destiny. That's how I am. I don't give a shit if my truth offends people, triggers people. You hate me, you don't want to hear it. You want to call me crazy, confrontational, whatever the fuck. But I'm speaking the truth, and it's always from a good place. And that's why I live a very abundant life. That's why I don't have to be in hermit energy, constantly having fucking tower moments, shit being destructed, and conflict. You know why? Because I give people, even if it's just a little bit, some form of truth. I give people my emotions. I give people the divine purity. I don't give a shit. Okay? Oh my God, look, split it. That's what divine feminine, the empress, does. That's what she is. So if you, these messages, even though this is for you divine feminines, know what happens to me tonight. But remember, this is all energetic. And I know that I'm a medium, so I know I have the energetic capacity, even though some of these divine masculines cannot see or hear this message, to get the message through me. Because I can do that. Because I can do that. I'm a medium. I can do that. I know how to work my energy very well. I know how to make people feel my energy from afar. That's why this happened. That's why I stayed up. And they will continue to do this in the bushes. Until this bitch actually uses her knife. It's their choice. Because divine feminine, as you saw, is pure enough where she's going to have this anyway, with or without you. That's what you need to focus on. If you trust in the union, you know it's going to happen. You don't have to worry about whether or not you should move on. If it's somebody in integrity and someone that's ready for union, they're not going to let you move on. You know, my dad and my mom got married in 1977. Obviously, did they have phones? No. They've had a long-distance relationship. My mom went, she found out that my dad was sleeping with his neighbor. He cheated like twice with her. She still talks about it. I swear to God, to this day, my mom still mentions that. I'm like, Mom, like, you were 28. She still mentions it, like, as if it happened yesterday. Yeah, but you remember, like, this disgusting whatever. I'm like, Mom, really? Because those things hurt. But you know what my father did? My father went, there were no cell phones, all around town, all hotels, finding out who she was with, where she was. Found her at the airport with an engagement ring. Why doesn't that kind of shit happen anymore? Because people are fucking, it's easy. It's easy to run away these days. Because the devil's trying to take over. That's why more twin flame relationships are here. Because the divine's fighting this. Like, no. You can't take over. You can't take over. It's so easy for them to run away with these people, with these bitches, Captain Save-A-Ho. Nobody does anything like that anymore. They do. But very few. And those men that still do things like that, I bet you they have like 3 dogs in a nice ass house, because the divine always rewards you for that. The divine always rewards you for being in your power and manifesting your own life and trusting that the divine will deliver. Magician. Trusting that the divine will deliver. Marriage, happiness, abundance, a divine life, ultimate, infinite potential to create anything. It will be given to you. The devil is nobody. The devil ain't shit. But it's so easy to ignore that these days. Alright, so divine masculine, stop waking me up. You want justice? Get justice. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to sleep. So I could look nice tomorrow. I'm pretty. I'm not the devil. That's your problem. Alright, guys. Bye. You can't make this up. You saw it. You saw how it came out. I didn't even realize you guys couldn't see this totally. You saw. You saw this shit. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Wow. I really genuinely thought this was going to be like a 20-minute reading. The divine got pissed. I got pissed. I'm trying to live my divine life.
I really did care when I saw it. Like, I wanted to hug this person. I felt their pain. You know, I am a person. But you can't do people's work. You can't do bad things and then want people to like ask people to clean it for you. Mommy, can you clean my room? 2 minutes later, I hate you. Fuck that. No. Get what you want. If you want it. All right. Love and light, guys.
That was crazy. That was crazy. And I don't know how I'm going to sleep now, because at this point, like, I'm at the point where I'm so tired and it's so late that, like, it's like, am I even going to sleep? Because my body wakes up at, like, latest 8:30, even if it doesn't want to. Because I'm a grandma. All right, bye, guys.